Top 5 Best AMD Ryzen APU for Gaming. Number 5, AMD Ryzen 3 3200G, the best value AMD Ryzen APU. At the beating heart of this excellent, well-balanced APU comes the Vega 8 graphics engine. It has the ability to perform under the pressure of many AAA games titles thanks to its newly boosted clock speed. Like its predecessor, the Ryzen 3 3200G carries on the quad-core trend. Unfortunately, AMD has again decided to hold back on the multi-threading technology for this one. That being said, it does come with a few surprises like higher operating clock speeds and more available cache. The 3200G comes equipped with Vega 8 graphics clocked at 1250 MHz. That'll be 150 MHz faster than the last-gen 2200G. Like all Ryzen chips, the 3200G comes with its own CPU cooler. In this case, it's the Wraith Stealth. I was happily surprised with the performance power and instant cooling it gave the chip. One area that has not been improved upon is the TDP, which still lies at 65W. That isn't a huge deal though, if truth be told, and the price tag only sweetens the deal further. Pros: extremely affordable CPU with powerful onboard Vega 8 graphics, backwards compatible with 300-400 series motherboards, can achieve 30 FPS on AAA games titles. Cons: needs to be paired with powerful 3200 plus RAM to be efficient. Coming in number 4, AMD Ryzen 5 2400G, the best 2nd gen AMD Ryzen APU. Until recently, the 2400G from AMD was thought of as the best APU money could buy. Thanks to their impressive new 3rd gen processors, that is no longer the case. That being said, its embedded graphics performance still trounces any Intel integrated graphics solution by a rather severe amount, making it possible to play many modern games at 720p medium/high or 1080p low/medium settings. The main downside of this chip is that, at least from a pure value perspective, it doesn't totally live up to what the 2200G offers. The graphics performance doesn't increase all that much, despite the seemingly large jump in numbers. Just think of this as an option for those who want to complete their build with a high-end GPU down the line, rather than a mid-range one. All being said, the 2400G still offers a great all-round product which would be perfect for any newcomer to PC building. Pros: budget-friendly, quad-core CPU with 8 threads. Built-in graphics suitable for basic gaming. Unlocked: built-in graphics Vega 11. Cons: can play games without GPU but less effective. Coming in number 3, AMD Ryzen 5 3400G, the best 3rd gen AMD Ryzen APU. The 3400G is AMD's older gen flagship APU and is widely considered to be one of the world's most powerful thanks to the integrated graphics the chip comes paired with. Unlike the 3200G, the 3400G comes with 4 cores and 8 threads, 6 MB of cache, and the impressive Vega 11 graphics engine. It clocks at 3.7 GHz with a boost clock speed of 4.2 GHz, which is a vast improvement over its predecessor. According to AMD, the Ryzen 5 3400G comes with high-quality metal TIM and is supported by AMD's Precision Boost Overdrive. This is a feature that auto-overclocks the chip whenever it feels fit to do so. The iGPU operates at 1400 MHz base clock, making it 150 MHz faster than the 2400G. Like the 3200G, this chip comes with AMD's Wraith Spire CPU cooler. If all that didn't impress you, then the price tag is sure to change that. It retails at under $150, which is fantastic value for money. Especially when you consider the 2400G debuted at $170. Pros: extremely well priced, powerful APU with onboard Vega 11 graphics. Compatible with 300-400 series AM4 motherboards, get 30 frames per second on most AAA games titles, with optimized graphics. Cons: BIOS update needed if you want to use older motherboards. Coming in number 2, AMD Ryzen 5 5600G, a great AMD Ryzen APU. The more affordable Ryzen 5 5600G is aimed more towards the budget-focused builders out there. With comparable gaming performance to the older 3400G, we have a processor here that now brings more cores and more threads into the mix, along with a more efficient design. By comparison, the Ryzen 5 5600G features 6 cores and 12 threads, clocked at 3.9 GHz base and 4.4 GHz boost. Like the 5700G, the 5600G will also feature 16 MB of L3 cache, but only 3 MB of L2 cache. The APU will showcase a 65-watt TDP and will comes equipped with AMD's Vega 7i GPU. This will be clocked at 1.9 GHz and feature 448 stream processors. Vega May 7 seem like a step backwards at first glance, however, the efficiency increases has compensated for this reduction in cores, meaning the graphical performance doesn't suffer. Pros: budget-friendly, 6 cores and 12 threads, built-in graphics suitable for basic gaming. Cons: not the greatest value. Coming in number 1, AMD Ryzen 7 5700G, the best AMD Ryzen APU. The Ryzen 7 5700G is AMD's current flagship APU and is widely considered to be the world's most powerful thanks to the integrated graphics the chip comes paired with. Unlike the previous gen, this features a higher amount of cores, increased speeds, and a more efficient design. The AMD Ryzen 7 5700G comes equipped with 8 cores and 16 threads, respectively. It features impressive clock speeds of 3.8 GHz base and 4.6 GHz boost, alongside a total of 16 MB L3 cache and 4 MB L2 cache. TDP will be equivalent to its predecessor at 65 watt and it brings Vega 8 integrated graphics, with 8 CPUs and 512 stream processors, all running at 2.0 GHz. While the 5700G is the most expensive APU from AMD to date, it is also by far the most powerful. With the current GPU climate, the 5700G can provide you with solid processing power and integrated graphics. While the integrated graphics may not be good enough for everyone, basic 1080p performance is there. Furthermore, when you finally get your hands on a dedicated GPU, you can easily slot it in with this APU for a quality overall gaming PC. Pros: most powerful, whopping 8 cores and 16 threads, increased efficiency performance. Cons: very expensive.